say, for 4.5, nearly 5 hours, some of them have been here. And they're waiting to see this great Olympic downhill. This is the Olympic downhill, 3,035 meters. The jumps, winter jump, Russi jump, reindeer ride, which is very rough, the clamp, there's another jump towards the finish, tunnel jump. I think it's the best downhill course ever built for an Olympic Games. We're away. And a great cheer all down the course as Giardelli sets off onto these very difficult and demanding turns. The race is on right from the beginning. Every racer says this is a great, great course. Look at those turns within 20 seconds. Little jump there, bigger jumps to come. This is the only chance really where they can have anything like a rest, if there is such a thing, because they're building the Russi jump, the big jump named after Russi, the course designer. Just a quick check there, 39 seconds, that'll give us a comparison. There's Russi jump, 65 meters in the air for that one. The big turning jump, tunnel jump down towards the bottom of the course. He swings around to another section there. And he knows that coming up is reindeer ride. That's a very uneven, rough traverse, which the Americans are calling the buck ride, of riding the bucking bronco. Giardelli fell in the downhill in the Olympic Games last time, just 2 years ago. There's the check, 1:16.12. Coming on now, down through the snag and the clamp. And a little slip there, but nothing very serious. Tunnel jump to come. He was getting just a little there. There's tunnel. That's massive. He swings now down into the finish area, down on the finish chute. Couple of little rolls. One more gate to go, the 39th control gate. And Giardelli's looking pretty good. 1:43.44, 46.09. Now, I wonder, it should be as quick today as it was, but Giardelli's happy with that. So the first man is down. Here's the second, Hannes Trinkel. A very, very good chance for Austria. The third best downhill of the season. 12th in the World Championships last season in Morioka. Hannes Trinkel. Only 4 racers per team, remember. And Trinkel slightly untidy on the turns. He had a little bit of trouble 2 days ago in training. But once he got one good run in, I think he eased up and used it as an inspection more than a race. The training is for them to work on. Trinkel, who was third on this run last March in the World Cup race. Comparison on the right with Giardelli. He's up. He's up by a 10th already. Trinkel faster on that first section than Giardelli. Tremendous battle for the places in the Austrian team. Oh, slightly astray on there. The right speed just going away. It wasn't a good landing. And you can't afford to lose anything on these runs. It's all by hundredths. The 3 medals in Albertville were separated by only a 10th of a second, the closest men's Olympic downhill ever. He was a 10th up on the check, and he's lost 16 hundredths there. He's 600 down now. So Trinkel not skiing that midsection as fast as Giardelli, even though he was quick at the top. But it's only 600. Better on that jump than he was on the other one. Takes the right-hander. Look at this crowd down here. They're still coming in. And Trinkel very low on the tuck. It looks good. 46.09 Giardelli. And he's still down. 1300. Giardelli still has it. Well, I was wondering about Giardelli's time. 1:44.75, the best in training. But we shall see. Peter Rungaldier, the first of the Italians. They put a very strong team together. 25-year-old. I'll talk about the World Cup Championship. That's all the season-long races that we watch on Ski Sunday, and he's the 13th best from those. He hasn't won one. Best he's under the second. Rungaldier. Again. trying to keep those skis as flat as possible in that section to keep the speed up. One little mistake, the speed drops, so difficult to get back up, and it's close again, just 200. 200 down. Good jump, good in the air, good landing, nice and compact and solid. So Giardelli, first man down, still leads from Trinkel of Austria. Just about 3.5 meters the difference was between those two if you convert the time to distance. Rungaldier, very, very much in touch. This is the important check. His time running on the bottom. And he's dropped a little more, 0.38 down. With a big...
Bike 24, he's got himself loose now, but he tails the field, and it's bike number 9 in front, Peter Carney, over the starters the first time.
Carney doing this comfortably already as he heads through high side Kawasaki turn and heads along now towards the table jump. Here he comes.
Darryl Kelly in second place, just over the tabletop, ahead of Brad Wooderson.
And here's the scrap still continuing. The inside line is not the fast way on the approach to the bridge. No toll required as they fly over and head down onto the quad section of the racetrack again.
Great dice going on between this pair. I guess we ought to mention, meantime, that the leader, Peter Carney, has cleared right away. He's right out in front on his own, and the interest is in this scrap for a third spot. Peter Carney. Oh, geez, got all the style.
Sensational young rider from up Newcastle way. Big future in motocross.
Doesn't mind a hard day's work either, because he's in the 250 Grand National as well.
Likes it, although there's plenty of prize money, over 20,000 up for grabs here tonight. Coming into complete the final portion of the last lap of the race. Here's Carney coming down behind bike number 146, Jeff Curley. They'll allow Curley to go through and wait for the straightaway. The checkered flag is probably about 60 metres away. A set of double jumps. Here he comes, up over to take the checkered flag, and he clears that nicely. And the win, in fact, will go to Peter Carney on bike number 9.
So after the second heat of the 125 Grand National, placings 9, Peter Carney is first. Bike 62, Darryl Kelly second, and bike 29, Brad Wooderson is third. We've got more to come when we return after this break. Now to, I guess we could say, one of Australia's best hopes against the American invasion on tonight's program, Stephen Gall. You make it look so damned easy.
Well, we do a lot of practice out there to make, like you say, make it look easy, but it's a very, very difficult course here tonight, and we've got a lot of very tricky jumps, a lot of very tricky double jumps as well. So it's a matter of keeping your rhythm going around the track and flowing with the bike.
How do the guys like the stadium motocross setup?
Most people enjoy it immensely. All the
spectators do.
I'm sure the spectators do, yes. But the riders do enjoy it because it's a night affair. You get to get yourself organised through the day. You arrive. It's in the night. It's generally good. It's better than outdoor motocross as far as, you know, turning up to race. As far as the rider's point of view is with the track, some riders like Supercross and some prefer the more natural outdoor motocross.
I say these tracks are thrown up in kind of a hurry. You don't get much time to learn them, do you?
No, you only have... Tonight we had 2 10-minute sessions for practice, and that's a very short time to learn the track when it's so intricate with all its jumps, double jumps and corners and different things that we have to encounter.
What are the danger spots, if there are any, on the circuit for the rider?
Well, one of the trickiest areas are the stutter bumps on the main straight. After you come through the first turn, the stutter bumps are very, very difficult. There's some sharp ledges on there, which will cause a few riders to come down during the night. And then after those stutters, there's another double jump before the tabletop, which is very difficult with a sharp landing peak on top. If you catch that peak, it's very easy to get thrown over the handlebars. But basically, they're the 2 toughest parts, as well as a double jump on the infield, which a lot of riders are now clearing up after some very good racing.
Going into this heat of the 250, do you have tactics or do you just go like hell?
Well, the main tactic for all riders is to win the start. The start is very important. If you can get in front of all the dirt being thrown up, some dust, although tonight's very well watered, there's no dust problem. If you can get in front of the riders, you have a clear run at the jumps, you don't have anyone balking you, no one slowing you up in some of the bermed corners, the walls of dirt around the corners, and it makes it a lot easier for you. So my main tactic is to win the start, then settle down and try to get a finishing position that will qualify you through to the main event.
Thanks, Stephen. Stephen Gall carrying the Aussie hopes here tonight against the US invasion. Back to you, Mike.
And here we have the field lined up for the first qualifying heat for tonight's Coca-Cola Bottlers 2WS Grand National. 25 riders, including Brad Lackey, the former world champion, Marty Smith, the former US national champion, Stephen Gall, who Gary was speaking to earlier. And a big night for Stephen Gall to fend off the internationals, and there are plenty of them here this evening. Anthony Gunter, former Mr. Motocross winner, Matt Carlson, Stuart Bennett, who performed so well. And Gall, after missing the start in the Trophy Dash earlier tonight, will be out to make amends in this event. They're racing a beautiful start, and here they come down into the first corner. 14 Bell making a beautiful start. It's Stuart Bennett, rather, as they go through the corner. And it's Stuart Bennett, who is the race leader. One is already off his machine as they come along the front straight. 91 it was, the ride. Oh, and the leader has fallen right on the bottom corner there. And they're trying to, as one caught up, goes end over the top of him. Trying to retrieve the bikes. One down, all down as they come through the first corner.
Holy smoke. Why, gee, this is action-packed. There are bikes down everywhere.
Brad Lackey, the former world champion, has moved up through the field into about 5th spot as we pick them up going down beneath the bridge, moving up into the top bend.
It's Stephen Gall in the lead.
He's done this beautifully. Bike 17, Glenn Bell, his teammate, in 2nd spot. And the big crowd here, turnaround crowd, is giving Gall everything. They are really supporting the Australian champion. Here he goes, coming up now to the drop-off section. Just watch at the air he gets here. One, baubles over the top one, back onto the flat track corner. And the big crowd here really cheering Gall on as he comes now through the flat track corner, coming down for the completion of the first lap.
All those fallen riders appear to be on their feet and okay, which is good news. Gall, the leader. 17, Glenn Bell in 2nd spot. Bike 70 holding down 3rd. That's Ross Style. Then we've got 49, Phil Robinson. And Brad Lackey from the United States, former world champion, holding down 5th place at the moment. 17, Glenn Bell, the man we're following, getting close to Stephen Gall now. This is where the action is, up front and over the top.
Along to the quad section, watch Gall. 2. Jumps the 4th. He's through.
Tell you what, he's taught this other pipe pretty well.
Doing beautifully, Stephen Gall. Bill not that far back behind him to the flat track section again.
Never ceases to amaze me that he makes it look so easy.
Keep in mind, only a month ago, Stephen Gall took a terrible tumble in the United States, aggravated a scaphoid bone injury. Doctors in the United States told him to take a 5-month break from competition and to have the bone pinned. He said to hell with it. He was going to take a month off and go back racing. And tonight, 28 days later, Stephen Gall of Sydney, the Australian motocross champ, leads the first qualifying heat of the Coca-Cola.
Oh, they brought each other down. Bell and Gall, they're both down.
Now this is going to give Ross Style and Brad Lackey. There's Trevor Williams, I believe, on bike number 3 coming through. Yellow flags out. There's Ross Style coming through on bike number 70.
Bell and Gall both out of business in the first heat. Who would have believed it?
They're going to have to do it the hard way, back via the consolation event. There's Lackey. As we mentioned before, 2 years ago, the world motocross champion for the United States, and really now starting to enjoy it. A little apprehensive at first in the early practice sessions here during the week.
It's getting close to Ross Style now.
Riding superbly on the Yamaha. There's Style on bike number 70.
Past the halfway distance in this 6-lap event.
Don't take anything away from Lackey. They're pretty heady riders. They know 9 will transfer into the main event tonight. They showed just enough to let the opposition feel that maybe they've got a half a chance of beating them. And he's now getting with it. Look at Lackey now starting to work at this. Lackey has taken Style and has gone through on the bridge. Now jumps out of there, heading up into the drop-off area through Coca-Cola. Oh, he's gone off the course, but he managed to just catch the back wheel onto it again. Over the bridge. No heroics from Lackey. Now up to the quad. Style might pass him here. Lackey's been taking them one at a time. No, he takes 2 that time. Style just can't make up the ground, but they're very close indeed in this first qualifying heat.
Powering along in front now in the first heat of the 250 Grand National. Top 9 to go through to the final. The also-rans, and that includes Bell and Gall, are going to have to get through a consolation if they want to squeak into the final now.
50 metres to go. 2 doubles. Now to the tabletop, and the former world champion with plenty of style comes across there. Brad Lackey riding for the Yamaha dealer team. First up winner.
Charging down the main straight the first time over the stutters, and this is Stuart Bennett. Had the lead but didn't hold it for long because down he went. Gall gave him the slip. A few others didn't. Boy, oh boy, they tumbled over the top, but I tell you what, he put up a great performance, Bennett, because he's got up to run third.
And how comfortable is a lead in motocross? Stephen Gall leading his teammate Glenn Bell. They come over the jumps on the back straight. They both bauble, and down they come. First and second, teammates lying on the ground, and the rest of the field about to go by. Bad luck indeed for Stephen Gall.
The winner on bike labelled L is Brad Lackey from the United States, former world champion, and he beat out bike 70 Ross Style, third placing, going to 14, Stuart Bennett. And we'll be back with more excitement after this break. Grand National. The field includes Jumpin' Jimmy Ellis from the USA, Marty Motes of the USA, Jeff Leask from Western Australia, Born Style, Trevor Williams, King of the Desert, Peter Carney. Gee, there's some talent in this race. 25 of them lined up. Another 8-lapper. And again, it's going to be a frantic dash to the first corner.
They're racing. Motes gets elbow to elbow as they head down to the first corner.
74's got the lead through the corner, and that's Darren Thomas.
50, and quite a few of them are tiled up there, back in the pack, but it's Trevor Williams, the dirt racer, and Marty Motes, the American, up on the inside of him to take the lead. Williams in second spot. Born Style is up into third. And then number 2 coming up smartly is Jeff Leask, back in about fourth spot, but Marty Motes. The big tabletop jump, and now into the right-hander. Great challenge being thrown out here on the second place rider, Craig Dack, by Jeff Leask. In through the chicane, under the bridge again. He's getting closer, Leask. Tried to set him up perhaps for an inside pass. No, he works to the outside and gets him beautifully on the inside. Now the bridge, can he do it? He leaps the bridge, and he's in second place.
Motes the leader, Leask second. Dack drops back to third, and that trio have opened up an enormous break now over Trevor Williams, and Williams himself is under challenge from bike 20. That's Beetle Bailey, and also on bike 9, Peter Carney, already a heat winner in the 125 Grand National, and doing his best to get amongst the money here in the heats of the 250.
Here's Marty Motes riding for Motorsport Suzuki, the American who immigrated to Australia last year, loves his motocross. Been almost unbeatable throughout 1984. Takes his time over here. And now we'll set this lap rider up for the quad jumps. They both jump in unison there. Dack getting a little bit closer, and so too is Jeff Leask. So Motes has been held up in traffic, and closing on him just a little is Jeff Leask. As they swing, there's Leask right behind him.
I tell you what, he's made up ground very quickly, Leask, and he's got Marty Motes in his sights now as they barrel through that corner. Back to the starter jumps again. Oh boy, they give themselves a pounding through there.
He'll be quick through this part of the section. Motes probably not at this stage.
Double.
How close he is.
Onto the tabletop.
And Craig Dack is keeping the pressure fairly and squarely on young Jeff Leask.
I think Motes is awake up now. He knows who's behind him and how close he is.
Motes gets any higher, he'll need a parachute to get down on some of those jumps. Motes from the outside back to the inside. Leask is very quick through this corner, up over the Coca-Cola bridge. And Motes coming up to the quad jumps. Takes 2. And another 2. And up to the right-hander. Leask tagging him. High jump off there. Clip the back wheel at the crown of the jump, and now back onto the flat track section again. Motes goes through, still holding about that same gap. Maybe he has increased his lead just marginally. A lot will depend on the stutter jumps down the front straight, how quickly Leask can make up that ground again.
over the double. Marty Moats flies over it with the greatest of ease. He gets a long way off the ground, but equally matched by Jeff Least. And matched equally in
Least
colour.
almost over the handlebars that time. He's really trying hard now. Least starting to make up perhaps a little more ground. They come down to the jump off under the bridge. Craig Dack still staying within their dirt tracks. There's Least.
Are so far in front of the rest, you couldn't shoot them with a gun.
Gain the quads on the back straight here into the right-hander. Coming up to a lot of these riders who hold or may hold him up. They come up to the...
He almost came unstuck.
Here's Least on the inside. Moats. Expatriate Mary sideways. Least on the outside of him. And Least with a tremendous roar coming up from the crowd. Has gone through and Dack has gone through. So the two Australian riders have gone through to take over first and second.
Oh, look at Dack. He's almost in Least's hip pocket.
There's Least. There's Dack. And Moats still in third place. And the blue out with one to go, so it won't be long before the checker is out. About 3/4 of a lap to go. Jeff Least, young Australian international, riding for Team Honda Australia, looking sharp through the chicane, the flat track corner. The starter jumps.
Least in front, Dack coming at him. Can't quite make it.
Almost the last corner coming up. One small jump, two in a row, and then the tabletop. The checker is flying, and Jeff Least goes up, and one hand off as Dack takes second. Fantastic motocross racing. Plenty of thunder down under for Marty Moats, leading the second heat of the 250, but he gets it around sideways, and Jeff Least and Craig Dack, while he's going inside the jump, they're over the top. And through for a 1-2, Moats to finish in third.
That's the way it finished up all right. Number 2, Jeff Least the winner. 5, Craig Dack second, and M for Marty Moats finished third. There's more stadium motocross action in a moment.
Revs Motorcycle 125, Grand National 25 of the country's finest 125 riders. All chasing first place tonight.
15 laps, a big test. It's a long way around here. 1.1 kilometres round the circuit. A lot of jumps to negotiate and a lot of competition to beat.
Wait for the gate to go down. They're racing and heading down into the first corner. Just look at the charge of the Light Brigade. See how many make it through the turn one, getting hooked up. Alan made a reasonable start of it. Here he is coming up the inside. 62 going up smartly. And Alan up into third place as they head up to the drop-off for the first time. Alan looking down on the inside there. They all go flying over here. 15 laps around the course in the Grand National for the 125. And here's Alan coming out of the clouds looking for second place. 62, the race leader, as they head down over the jumps towards the bottom corner, and that's Darryl Kelly.
Darryl Kelly in front, Phil Robinson second, and Graham Allen from New Zealand is third. There's a bike down behind him.
Well, the pressure's on, and so's the prize money. Look at them working the stutters down the front straight. Allen coming up on the inside. Gate of pressure is he. He's right behind Phil Robinson. Over the
no way
exit
through
jump.
there.
Robinson has left. Just look at them fly over that jump.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Here's Robinson. Robinson coming up on Kelly, putting the pressure on the inside. That was not the line through there. Kelly's doing a good job on the Kawasaki. About 9 laps remaining in this event. Oh, there's the race leader.
Sat it up on the back wheel. Oh. Almost didn't get it down again. Didn't cost him too much ground, though.
Oh. He's singing lead soprano at church tomorrow after that landing. There's
Darryl Kelly.
Oh, now New Zealand rider Graham Allen catching his second breath. Coming over the jumps here on the outside in the yellow racing gear on the Suzuki. As they come up to the tabletop, here's Allen on the outside of Robinson.
And he's got him.
I think he's got Kelly too on the inside. Has he? No, one of these lap bikes. Now he's up behind Kelly. Kelly on 62. Allen from New Zealand on bike number 1. Phil Robinson on the Honda in third place. And what a final it is. Darryl Kelly just leading. Graham Allen of New Zealand on the Suzuki. And Team Honda Australia's Phil Robinson back in third. Over the quad jumps, the back straight. The leader has fallen.
No, it's...
I think it was Kelly that maybe came down, and that will put Allen back in the lead, will it?
Yes, you're right. Well, I'll be blowed.
Start.
Just goes to show what the pressure can do. Anyway, it's Graham Allen in front. Phil Robinson right on his tail. And that'll put 32. Darren Foster in third spot.
He's ridden well. Coming up to the Coca-Cola Bridge. Over he goes. Coming along onto the quads on the back straightaway for the final time. Graham Allen, ridden beautifully in this race. Late entry in the field, and he has certainly opened up the 125 class here tonight.
And Darren Foster has moved into second place.
Coming down over the starter jumps. He's got a big lead. Second place just coming into view, well back behind him. Over the drop-off area through the Norm Fraser Motorcycles turn. Now over the double jumps. Here he comes up to the tabletop, and Graham Allen of New Zealand takes the 125 final here tonight.
That's the way it was. The New Zealander, Graham Allen, on bike number 1. First past the post, second. 62, Daryl Kelly got up to run second. Good effort. And 32 was third. That was Darren Foster in the 125 Grand National final. And that clears the way for the big one.
2WS Supercross Grand National here at Liverpool Raceway. What a star-studded field, including Brad Lackey, the 82 world champion, Stephen Gall, Jeff Leask. If they're into motocross, they're in this field. 25 of the hottest runners in motocross lined up, only seconds away from the start of the event. 20 laps is the distance. And they're away, and a beautiful start too. Just look at them all head into the first corner, and it's Stephen Gall.
Marty Motes is in there.
Marty Motes in there amongst them as well. Motes will lead it down the front straightaway for the first time. Second spot being held by Stephen Gall. Beetle Bailey making a run up here into third place. Then on the outside is Trevor Williams as they go through. 23. Number 9 is Peter Carney getting through quickly as well. It's Marty Motes, the expatriate American, who comes out of Coca-Cola Bottlers Corner, heading down into the right-hander. There goes the field through with Motes high flying. In second spot is Stephen Gall on the Yamaha. And Motes in no mood to settle for second best as he heads up into the right-hander. Comes out of that corner. There's Stephen Gall in second place.
Brad Lackey, who came off the inside of the line, has been shuffled back to about 20th spot.
Leask also. Jeff Leask was a hot candidate for winning honours, and he came down coming out of the first corner, so he's got it all to do from the back of the field.
Marty Motes, the leader. Stephen Gall is second, coming around to complete the first lap of this 20-lap final. Oh boy, Motes is flying.
Motes running strongly. This is the one he wanted to win, riding for Motorsport Suzuki.
Beetle Bailey in third spot. There goes Motes through. Here comes Stephen Gall. That's Bailey behind him. Gall over the jump, around the corner. Into the centre strip, over the double, over the tabletop.
Yellow flags waving for Ross Style, who came to grief on the stutter bumps. Still trying to get his machine going, and he's done just that. Meanwhile, there goes our race leader. Heading up over the top. Watch the jump out now. There it is, Marty Motes. There's Stephen Gall still tagging him in second spot. He's doing well tonight in the Supercross and facing quite a good payday, $5,000 going to the winner of the 250 final.
Biggest paycheck ever offered, and he's determined to get it. Clears the mountain in a stride. Marty Motes, power down. Showing Stephen Gall the way, and that's no mean feat.
Still in second spot. Not that far. Motes hasn't been able to run away and hide from Gall. In fact, if anything, Gall is starting to gain some ground on Marty Motes, and the crowd rising to this as they come through the Speedway Oval. There's the leader, Marty Motes, over the quad, jumps the back straight away. The Australian champion, Stephen Gall, coming through, still chasing hard. There's Motes.
Motes goes through. Gall goes through. Look out for number 20 coming down here. Beetle Bailey. Here he comes. Is it?
There's the couple back. Here he is now with the yellow helmet. And right alongside of him is Bell, and 17 has taken...
17 has moved into third spot.
They've had a great strap going. Bell and Bailey. There's Bell, who came down on that jump earlier. Bailey still in 4th spot now as they go across the infield area over the long jump. Remains to be seen whether Bell can make up a lot of ground.
Bailey's got... Oh, goodness me. Almost came to grief, and he's lost a bit of ground there. He's allowed Bell to get away into a fairly secure 3rd spot at the moment. Close again on the circle. Oh, Moats is getting a little untidy.
Here they come again, the two of them. 1-2 in the Coca-Cola bottlers 2WS Supercross Grand National. Marty Moats and warming to the task.